I draw immense strength from the
Hold on, let me back
steadfastness
this
of
up.
our
Listen.
citizens and the heroism.
These people condemning themselves.
But listen to how he explains
Listen.
why all Palestinians need to be eliminated. And he says it by comparing them to the Amaleks, which is, by the way, in the Old Testament.
I draw in.
Now, we all know who Amalek is. We all know it's the least of the flock. It's they themselves, and that's one of those veils that are over the world, starting with the truth. A veil is over the truth, of the nations, but pursuant to Isaiah. I'm not sure which scripture was. Was it Isaiah possibly 32, where he's going to remove the covering cast over all people. But I found this interesting. But this video is covering how these people look at death and view death, and how it's funny to them, and how, and as a matter of fact, this was the spirit. Like around 3 this morning, I'm looking at Trump videos from the speech he had in Kentucky or Cincinnati, where he was talking about Iran and sinking their ships, and people cheered and cheered, and these patriots. They were cheering and cheering. These MAGAs. They were just cheering. Then he switched and he talked about how he killed. I told the guy at the head of Iran, the supreme leader, and they cheered and they cheered and they cheered. Like, wow, Iran, nor anyone in Iran has done a goddamn thing to these devils here. But that's the point. You don't have to. You don't have to. And these people are evil, man. They're a base nation. They're, as the scripture says, they're children of fools. Children of fools. So this is their nature, and as the scripture says, when dealing with Esau, Jacob, where the Jacob is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel, and clearly, obviously, Esau is the progenitor of these heathens that are now taking peace from the world. Well, anyway, referring to those two, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, the true living power, the power that has control over the clay. I like those scriptures, especially there's a couple of them. One that comes to mind is most notably is Romans 9. But anyway, where he made Esau a nation of dishonor. Right? And it's not hard to figure out which nation he made of honor and the other of dishonor. That's not hard. And don't get confused by what's been modern day manufactured through these devils, through their system that created these YNs and these shameless dogs and these adulterous ass niggas. Don't get confused by that. That's just that's just part of these curses we're up under. All right, but and this, what we're seeing now is this: the nation of dishonor is through war is leading the charge, his way up out of power, and that's what we're going. That's what we're witnessing. They're pursuing World War III by and they're pushing for World War III, because you got to remember, Amalek, who's portraying himself as the people, is pushing America as Edom, Esau, which there's some truth to that, though. All right. So by destroying this place, well, I can't really explain the whole full plan of theirs. I can go to the video and actually rewatch it some more. But the ultimate goal is them to falsify their bringing in of the kingdom of heaven through war. but it's actually going to bring their end. But let me push this video. I know I was rambling, but go back here again. Esau.
He says it in Hebrew. He's been careful not to say this in English. But listen to how he explains why all Palestinians need to be eliminated. And he says it by comparing them to the Amalekites, which is, by the way, in the Old Testament.
I draw immense strength from the steadfastness of our citizens and the heroism of our soldiers and commanders. We read in this week's Torah portion, remember what Amalek did to you. We remember, and we are taking action.
Yeah, remember the Amalek. We remember. And he suggested now we act.
Isn't that funny that they are Amalek? That's wild, man. You know, and it looks as if we're the only ones that know that. You know. So let me fast forward, see what's going on with the rest of this. I want to hear some more of this madness. Let me see what this says here. Hold on.
And utterly
I like reading these screw the Jewish to now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. 1 Samuel chapter 15. I'm not sure if that was Saul, but Saul didn't do as he was told. Samuel chapter 1, chapter 15. Samuel 1, chapter 15. But let's keep it going.
Destroy all that they have and spare them.
Because remember the house of Saul, IUIC, where Nate was disobedient to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He was disobedient, and ultimately Yahweh Shem Yahushai removed removed Saul from power, removed Nate from power, man. You know, and then ultimately he just destroyed the whole. You know, he destroyed the house of Saul and scattered them. Exactly what he's about to do with Nate, modern day house of Saul. He's going to scatter them, man. Yeah. What I found was wild was under King David's rule. This has nothing to do with anything, brother. But after Saul was destroyed, with King David's rule, when David's son. Let me see if I can think of the name. Figure the name. The one that was supposed to have been real beautiful and without a blemish. Oh my goodness, it's escaped me. Well, anyway, he was a king over part of Israel, and there was one that followed after David's wicked son, right? And he was cursing at David, man, and this dude was loyal to the house of Saul, you know, cursing at David and his men. And one of David's men was like, should we slay this dog before you? David was like, nah, that's not necessary. But dude was following him along the hill and the mountain, was throwing shit at him, man, rocks and dust and all that, man. You know, but it just shows you that, you know, what we're living through, man, is, we're witnessing a lot of disobedience. And I know this has nothing to do with this video, but I just had to mention it because we're about to experience a lot of this. You know, we're about to see the house of Saul scattered, because they, in all reality, they don't have a problem with living side by side with Amalek, man. Because really, Amalek is the one that's orchestrating them selling out and selling the bag, more than likely. Of course, that's who's behind all these things, man. Amalek. So let's continue on with this video.
Not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. What's he say? Kill the children, kill the pets, kill the women, kill them all.
So
14,000.
They're using biblical prophecy. They're using the Bible to justify their wicked agenda. And the Bible is not even for them, man. What's that? Is it Psalms 147? Is it Psalms 147? Let me see if I can get this. It should be Psalms 147. I used to read that scripture a lot. I loved it, man, because it was fire and to the point, man. Which you can't. There's something like you can't. Ain't no mistaking. There's no mistaking. Yeah, Psalms 147, and in verse 18, he sendeth out his word and melted them. He causeth his wind to blow and the waters flow. He showeth his word unto Jacob. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Okay, so there's no mistaking of that. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. That has never changed, man. And why do I say that has never changed? Because the scripture says Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That's the scriptures, man. So these people are literally in the works of manufacturing a false kingdom for themselves. You gotta do the research and understand what's going on in the mind of our enemies, man. Other than what's going on, they of course they want to bring in that new world order, but that new world order consists of them being on top and still, and serving Satan openly. You gotta understand the whole big picture, man. These people are on their way out.
And children are dead in Gaza. 14,000. And 53,000 have been left without either.
I was hoping they'd play that Hillary Clinton video again when she said when she was talking about when she killed him. When she was in the position that she was in. I can't remember what position she played.
Infant, suckling, right? Ox, sheep, camel, ass. Kill them all. This isn't about saying that wars are not on rare occasions necessary. That's not what I'm saying. I get it. Hitler needed to be stopped. And so have others in history. Killing your enemies' children? Killing their children?
Yeah.
Laughing or practicing?
Yeah. How about Shem Yahweh Shai? He kills children. He kills old people. He kills women. Yes, he kills them, man. But to begin to explain reincarnation and begin to explain people receiving judgment, man, it's just what you'd be wasting your time because they look at you like you were Mothra. Like you got two heads, man. What's the point? Like Rick Sanchez, yeah, that's a Jake. That's a Jake, man. Like an Edomite and everything, but that's a Jake, man. Let's just keep it real. I always loved listening to just Rick Sanchez, man, even before this show got started. His other one when he was with RT. I think he's still with RT. But he always had great material and attacked the wicked, man. Though he still controlled opposition, he's always still made great videos. Let me continue on.
About the death of human beings because they happen to be born in another country. This could have been American sailors. They just happened to be born in Iran. That's kind of wrong. No, it is wrong. And it's sick.
Yeah, Yahweh's he's coming to claim Yahweh Shai's coming to claim what's his, man. And Yahweh's destroying this place and he told you that, it was all made by him and him alone. And by him, it will all be destroyed. That's the voice of our power, man, that said that. And he means that, and he don't lie.
And it's why a lot of Americans, many Americans who fought and served for noble causes, are not buying this war. Colonel Douglas says there is nothing noble about it.
I was hoping to find them talk about their bloodlust, because that's what it was supposed to. The video was on, but
they're Israel's demands, as articulated.
They're not showing much of it. Maybe a little bit on the video,
and
later in the video.
Mr. Netanyahu's view of the world. The world is a place that Jews must dominate, at least insofar as we're talking about the Middle East. But I think what we are doing is that this is the last act in the American theatrical production in the Middle East.
There you go. I love watching the videos of missiles, man. Hypersonic missiles, drones hitting.
Of the status quo ante. What's
going on in the world is some manly shit. What's going on in the whole world is some manly shit that's going on, man. It's going to take men to be able to deal with it. You know, videos saying that these experts, man, these experts, and I mean people that are veterans that serve years under in the military, and these real experts like him, McGregor and um, Scott. I can't remember the name. Listen, every day. It's just because it's the time we're doing. I haven't fully woken up yet. Scott Ritter. They're experts, man. They've been in war. They worked with these. You know, they were in the trenches, man. And this man is a learned man. He knows what the hell he's talking about. Well, again, I'm gonna say it again. He's a Jake, man. Anyway, but these are experts, man. They stand that this war will and is going to eventually come here. There's no avoiding it. And now you're hearing about videos of California is on the lookout now for Iranian drones to attack, man. So this man's world is going to literally pick up a notch, because through our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man, they've been telling you for years, and then we came in, been telling you for years that this place is about to be attacked, man. Eventually, this devil's going to bring order out of chaos. He's going to cause chaos, man, and come with the order. You see, you know what I'm saying? You know, so the enemy is here and at the doorstep. So there's going to be, like I'm always saying, I love saying it, you know, because it's scriptural. You know, there's going to be a race war. There's going to be a civil war. There's going to be a religious war. There's going to be a class war. There's going to be all these things that's going to pop off. And now you got the guy that from part of Africa with the bald head with the T-shirt on, Islam or we love Allah or some shit like that. I can't remember it. They're you know, the what they call the propaganda, the lies is being pushed now heavily, man, because they have a sinister agenda through their means, man, through they have a sinister agenda. So they're planning on coming after where the ultimate goal is for these devils to come after the prophets, man. You remember that he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. There's another precept too, but pray, man. And these people know who the prophets are. They know who the prophets are. You know, so, hey, bloodthirsty people, man. Bloodthirsty people that we're going to see that in that time, like the scripture says, then they shall know who my chosen are. Those chosen are men. They're going to be men. They're going to be the manliest of the men in this world that is to come. The manliest of the men, which ultimately they're going to be changed, you know, violence and death. And it's only going to be the manliest of these men who Yahweh Shem Yahushua has raised up to deal with this this world of Daniel 12:1 that is coming. And all the rest, even the mighty men of this present world, these bad motherfuckers, military men, these gym freaks, these men that run through the woods that's working out and that crave violence, man, they're gonna turn into bitches. Because they never put Yahweh Shem Yahushua in their heart, man. Or they're just a heathen Edomite or heathen, period. Brothers be putting up them videos, Isaiah 4:1. Yeah. This world that this manly's man world that is coming, man. This manly's man. I know it sounds silly how I'm quoting that, but yeah. They're gonna be. You can see it now. You can clearly see it. It's the world that is to come. They're gonna want a man of the Lord. You can see it, man. But all these people cheering from death and people being killed and you know, got it cut off. Hold on, give me a second here. Slow responding. Let me play the video and stop rambling.
Shopify returns got you chasing emails and spreadsheets.
No.
Connect ShipStation with Shopify, and your returns.
These goddamn commercials. I hate
We will
those
simply
people.
get out. And everybody in the Middle East will want us out. I mean, if you're living in the Gulf right now, what have we demonstrated? We can't protect them. Right. Our deterrence has failed.
Let me
So
fast forward.
what good are we to them?
It's just Jesus sound telling you that
Doug
Babylon's falling
McGregor.
apart. Like I said, I wanted to get that, them bragging about the deaths, man. Hold on. What's that here?
U.S. interceptors. See the two interceptors coming at it right there? There's the Iranian missile. It's trying to target it. Instead, they crash into each other.
It's fat.
And
That's
there's the
amazing,
Iranian
man, to
missile
see these
continuing
things.
on
This
its path.
tech.
It's almost like it did a loop-de-loop. It's almost like a magic missile, like the old map.
Let me get you a girl, though. It's like I wanted that video where everyone's cheering for death, man. I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, let me pause this for a second. Let me see if I can find it. All right, Salaki. Well, let me close now. I can't find it. But continue on in prayer. You know, Spirit of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. You know, and stay vigilant. You know, things is going down, man. Soon, any day. Like it's like one of those any day things now where the unthinkable is going to come to pass, man, which we know what they are, but the rest of the world is not looking for these things. So continue in prayer to Lord, you know, until next time, Lord willing, shalom. Let me give all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Shalom.